Hello and welcome back to Excelsior Academy. So today we will be doing the organelles of the eukaryotic cell. So in the last lecture we talked about the lysosomes and peroxisomes, and today in this topic we are going to talk about the rest of the organelles. So first one is the endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum, as we all know, it is just present with the in continuation of your outer membrane of nucleus. If suppose this is your nucleus in the cell, then we
Excuse
know,
me, ma'am.
yeah, yes.
Your voice is not clear. Your voice is not clear.
So nucleus is there, we know that it is having the outer and inner membrane, right? So it is having the double membrane. So to the outer membrane, the ER is in the continuous structure form. So that becomes the largest membrane in the cell. Now, what is the function of ER? Synthesis of lipids, proteins, and both membrane as well as the secreted protein. So one example of secreted proteins, insulin, I'll discuss in detail today. Okay. Now, then we have got the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now, it is smooth because it doesn't have the ribosome. So we all know that. So cytosolic phase of the rough ER is studied with ribosomes. So what do you mean by the cytosolic phase? This becomes the cytosolic phase, this portion. Okay. So here you have got the ribosomes. Now here one question I'll ask. If suppose this is your ER, let us say that this is your ER now, and these green ones are the ribosomes. So does these ribosomes are fixed onto the ER forever, or they change their position? Are they fixed, in simple words?
No, ma'am.
No. So what happens then? If no, then what is the answer? Yes.
Ma'am, in some cases there are free ribosomes also
Yes.
in the protein synthesis.
Yes, free ribosomes are there. So what? So what happens is that whenever, actually the process is that from your nucleus, whenever the mRNA comes, okay, now when mRNA goes and binds to the ribosomes, correct, this complex is formed. Now depending on the signal which is present on the mRNA, it is decided whether the protein is going to be secreted out or it is going to be the membrane bound. So depending on that, then this particular ribosome will come and get fixed to the ER. Okay. And then few are there which once the function is over, they just leave the ER and they go into the cytosolic space to become free ribosomes. Okay. So we don't have as such fixed ribosomes on the ER. Those free ribosomes which are present in the cytoplasm are only goes and gets bind to the ER. Okay. Clear? Clear?
Yes,
No?
ma'am.
Or should I repeat?
Yes,
Should I repeat?
I'm clear.
Okay, okay, okay.
Um,
Now, this is about the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the main function is to synthesize fatty acids and phospholipids. Now this is mainly present in the hepatocytes. So this also I have mentioned before that in the liver, all your detoxification takes place. Now detoxification of what? If suppose you're drinking alcohol. So we know that once you start consuming alcohol in large amount, what happens? Your liver fails. Why liver fails? Because it is now not able to detoxify the effects of the alcohol. So what happens then? All your cells, the hepatocytes having the SER starts degrading. So those enzymes are not functional now in order to carry out the detoxification. So not only the alcohol, whatever drugs we eat, for example, the antibiotics, the analgesic like paracetamol is there. We have got the brufen is there for painkiller. Correct. Disprin is there. So in the advertisement, they show that it goes directly to the brain. It is not like that. It gets dissolved, goes into the intestine. From the intestine, it goes to your blood system, and from blood system, wherever the pain, wherever the body is having the pain, it goes and acts over there. And rest goes back to the liver and gets detoxified. Now, when they get detoxified, they actually get converted into more water soluble or conjugated form and then excreted from the body, either from the urine or from the stool. Okay, so this is how your body actually detoxify the drugs or the alcohol present. So at least 24 hours it takes in order to clear from your system. So even in the case for alcohol also, when suppose you people go for blood, okay, so doctor will definitely ask you, since now you are 18 plus, so they might ask you if whether you have consumed alcohol or not. So if you have consumed the alcohol and it is past 24 hours, then you can donate blood. Okay, if it is not, then you cannot. Why? Because still the entire alcohol is not being detoxified and it is not removed from the body. Okay, so high doses of such compounds results in large proliferation of the smooth ER in liver cells. So what does it mean? It means that if you keep on consuming the drugs or the alcohol, so what will happen? The amount or the level of SER will increase. Okay, stop me when, if suppose any questions are there in between. Okay, now talking about the rough ER. So rough ER, we know ribosomes are bound to that and they synthesize membrane and the organelle proteins. Now ribosome that fabricates such a protein is bound to the rough ER by the nascent polypeptide chain of the protein. So if I'll just give you one small hint over here. Actually, it is there in detail. I'll take later, but just for time being. So let us say that this is your ER membrane. Okay. Now to this, you have got your complex. Okay. This is called Sec61 complex. Now, there is something called SRP. What is SRP? Signal recognition particle. Now, this SRP goes and binds to your mRNA having the signal peptide. Sorry, having the signal. Okay. So what is happening? Not to the mRNA, sorry, to the polypeptide chain. To the polypeptide chain. So this SRP will go and bind to your polypeptide chain having the signal. So it goes and binds over there. Now what will happen? This SRP bound with the polypeptide chain will come and bind to your Sec61. Sec61 gets opened up and the protein will be taken inside the lumen of the ER. And this is how your proteins are taken inside the ER, whether it is bound with the, when the proteins are present on the free cytosolic ribosomes. Okay, so how they get bind? Your polypeptide chain along with the ribosome comes, SRP goes and binds with the polypeptide signal peptide. It goes and binds over here. The polypeptide is taken inside the lumen of the ER. So what will happen then inside the lumen? Inside the lumen of the ER, your polypeptide chain is getting folded or any modification which is required in order to get stable three-dimensional structure of the protein. Now, depending on the signal of the peptide, it will be either secreted out or it will be membrane bound. Am I clear here? Should I repeat?
Yes, ma'am. Please repeat.
Okay, I'll say once again.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear.
One second. Let us say that this is our ER membrane. Okay. Now, we have got the mRNA. So what will happen then? Translation is happening. So your polypeptide chain is coming. Now, whatever comes first at the end terminal, first portion is the signal peptide. Okay. Now, this signal peptide will give the signal whether to be processed inside the ER further or not. Now, this signal peptide gets recognized by the called SRP. What is SRP? It is signal recognition particle. Okay, SRP goes and binds to your signal peptide. Now, what will happen? This is your signal peptide and your protein is there. Okay, this comes and binds to the Sec61 translocator. So what is happening? The moment this comes and binds over here, translocator gets open up and it enters the lumen of the ER. Inside the ER, the polypeptide chain gets folded up. Or in other words, it gets modified. Now it is clear. This is the entire story, what happens in the ER.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So this again in detail we'll do. Don't worry about it. I just wanted to introduce to this concept over here. Okay. So as a growing polypeptide emerges from the ribosome, it passes through the rough ER with the help of specific proteins in the membrane. So here these specific proteins are nothing but your Sec61 complex or the translocator. Okay. So newly made membrane proteins remain associated with the rough ER and proteins to be secreted accumulate in the lumen of the organelle. So now what is happening is, see, if this is your ER, if this is your ER, if it is going inside the lumen, please understand that protein is going to get secreted out. Okay. Now, if suppose by chance the protein is getting bound over here, like this, N terminal, C terminal, like this, and C terminal. So from this you will understand that this is going to be your membrane bound proteins. Okay. So what will happen? So from, if it is membrane bound proteins, it needs to be transferred to the specific organelles. So this portion, this much portion will form the vesicle, and that vesicle will go and bind, it will fuse with the respective organelles. Whereas in the case of secreted, they will form the secretory vesicles like this. This goes and fuses with the plasma membrane, a process called exocytosis. So this is how the secreted proteins are transported outside, and membrane proteins which goes and binds to the or fuses with the organelles. So all the membrane proteins and the secreted proteins from the ER are transported. Okay. Now, rough ER is particularly abundant in specialized cells that produce specific proteins to be secreted. For example, plasma cells produce antibodies, so they will have more of rough ER. Pancreatic acinar cells synthesizing digestive enzymes, and cells in the pancreatic islets of Langerhans, which produces hormones like insulin and glucagon. Okay. Now, in these secretory cells and others, large part of the cytosol is filled with the rough ER and secretory vesicles. Now, so here you can see that this is the electron micrograph over here of the rat pituitary. Now, you can see that this is your nucleus. Okay. Nucleus is there. This is your nucleus. The membrane is there. You can see the mitochondria over here. Now, to the nucleus, you can see your ER and Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus is being in continuous process. Now, you can see these dark spots over here. What are those? Those are your secretory vesicles. So, wherever these cells like which are responsible for hormones and antibodies production, those cells will have more amount of your rough ER. So more amount of secretory vesicles, so that these secretory vesicles will go and fuse with the plasma membrane and the insulin or the antibodies will be released outside. Okay. Clear? Now,
Yes, ma'am.
see this example also, this figure also. So what is happening over here? Here also. See, again, nucleus is there. Then you have got the proteins which are very much packaged over here. So ref ER is there. You can see over here the enzymes are, sorry, the proteins are there. then they form the vesicle, they goes to the Golgi. And always remember, from rough ER, it goes to Golgi for the further modifications. Okay. Now, once the protein is modified, when I say modified, it means it is getting properly folded into its tertiary or quaternary structure, whatever, depending on the protein type. Now, they form the secretory vesicles. Then again, they fuse with the other secretory vesicles to form the larger ones. And then finally, they go and fuses with the plasma membrane. So what is this release is called the exocytosis. Now you need to remember this figure very carefully because the question has come already once. Now what was the question during that time? The question was that the proteins were radio labeled. Okay. Not the protein, sorry, the amino acids were radio labeled, and pulse chase experiment was carried out. So what do you mean by pulse chase experiments? Pulse chase experiment means you have given the amino acids and incubated the cells for some time. For example, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 50 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 6 minutes. So you have given the radio label amino acids for these particular times, and then you have stopped and put into the normal amino acids culture media. So what will happen then? You have taken their readings. Okay, so autoradiography is done. So I'll take all these techniques, don't worry, I'll take those later. So once you do the autoradiography, the scientists saw that the radio labeled amino acids were present over here in Golgi also, in the cytoplasm also, and outside also. So what you will conclude from this? Whenever they saw that the radio labeled proteins are present everywhere, starting from the ER, Golgi, secretory, and also outside, it was confirmed that this pathway is followed for the secreted protein. Now, suppose only it was present in the ER and after that it was present only on lysosomes. So what you will confer from this, that the protein it synthesized that time, it was only membrane bound. Clear? This experiment is clear which was carried out. So the question was, 3 figures were given and they showed that radio label autoradiograph was shown at the ER, Golgi, secretory, and outside also. So the options were what kind of proteins has been produced, secretory or membrane bound, or nothing was produced, or it was a false experiment. So such kind of options were there. Okay, so the answer was actually that time secretory proteins. Is this clear? The experiment was clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, so similar case with the acetylcholine receptor. So if you remember the synaptic cleft, okay. So we know that we have got the synaptic cleft, something like this, okay. So this is your synaptic cleft over here, and we have got this as your presynaptic neuron, and this is your postsynaptic neuron. This is just one example, okay. So this is your presynaptic neuron. Now what happens over here also? So you have got the vesicles. So when the action potential has been reached, it gets the signal and increases the calcium level. Now this increase in calcium level gives the signal for the production of acetylcholine. Okay. Now when this acetylcholine has been synthesized, so who synthesizes? Acetylcholine esterase. So they synthesize the acetylcholine, your neurotransmitters, vesicles are formed. These vesicles goes and fuses over here and release into the synaptic cleft. Then what happens? This acetylcholine goes and binds your receptors over here. Okay. Then they carry out the action potential. So again, similar to the previous what we have discussed, again from the nucleus ER Golgi, you get your acetylcholine and they are produced in the vesicles, and from the vesicles they are exocytosed. Okay, so it is again similar. So it's not only the hormones or any other molecules, but neurotransmitters also. Is this point clear? Is this point clear? So similar
Ma'am,
experiment.
please repeat this point.
Okay, so what I wanted to tell you over here is that, like previously we talked about secreted proteins, right? So secreted proteins, now you know that it will start from your nucleus, the translation, it will go to ER, ER to Golgi, Golgi to secretory vesicles, vesicles to the plasma membrane, correct? And how to follow that? Using radio label autoradiography you can do. Similar thing happens in the neurotransmitter case also. So you can label your neurotransmitters, okay? Then what happens? Same. When the action potential is reaching on the first neuron, what happens? That time there is an increase in calcium. This increase in calcium gives the indication to the enzyme to synthesize acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter, right? Now this again, it forms the secretory vesicles. These vesicles goes and fuses. Exocytosis happens and it is released in the synaptic cleft. What is released? Acetylcholine is released. This acetylcholine will go and bind to the receptors which are present on the postsynaptic neuron. Once they bind, what happens that time? Your Na plus and K plus ion channels gets open up, carrying out the action potential from one neuron to the another. So this is how your nerve impulse propagates. Okay. So the point taken over here is that let it be insulin, let it be glucagon or neurotransmitter, the process is same. That from the secretory vesicles, it fuses to the plasma membrane and secreted out. Okay, that's it. So if the question comes for the neurotransmitter also, so in the case of neurotransmitter also, you can have the same answer, that it is secreted out. Okay. Now, acetylcholine, the question is how you are going to label then. So you are going to label the acetyl part. Acetylcholine is produced with the help of the enzyme from acetyl-CoA and choline. Now, from where you get the acetyl-CoA? From your glycolysis, correct? So what you can label? You can label your glucose. So that carbon will come into the acetyl-CoA and then you can follow the path. I'm explaining this because
You are not audible.
I'm explaining this because from ER, whatever the proteins are there, either membrane or the secreted proteins, it will go for further modification into the Golgi complexes. Okay. Now, what part of the ER will come? That is not having the ribosomes. Okay. So they carry the membrane, they carry the proteins which are for the membrane or which are for the secretion to the Golgi complex. So how it is? You have got the nucleus, you have got the ER. Now, here you have got your Golgi. So Golgi, cis, medial and trans phase is there. So from ER, vesicles will form and they fuse to the cis portion of your Golgi. Now from the Golgi, it will go to medial, it will go to trans. Now remember always your Golgi is going to act as your post office. Now, if you have the address, then it will definitely reach its destination. If there is no address, it will just remain into the post office, right? So in the same way, if your protein has got the signal peptide, like the signal peptide telling you which part of the which organelles it is supposed to be destined, like it will be for mitochondria or chloroplast or lysosomes. For example, lysosomes, if the protein has got M6P, what is M6P? Mannose 6 phosphate. If this signal is present on the protein, then definitely the protein will be targeted to the lysosomes. Okay. Now, what is the disease associated with lysosomes? In the last class we studied. Anyone?
Tay-Sachs disease.
Yes, very good. Tay-Sachs disease. Good. Okay. So the Golgi complex, it is made up of series of flattened membrane vesicles. So we know now that it is having a cis, medial and the trans region is there. Now transport vesicles from the rough ER fuse with cis region and where they deposit the protein contents. So what will happen? So when this fusion of the vesicles from ER to Golgi it is happening, so what will happen to So I was saying that what will happen to the size of the Golgi if keep on the vesicles from the ER, it will go to Golgi. So the size of the Golgi will increase, right? Every time the vesicles will come from the ER to the Golgi, it fuses. So over a period of time, what will happen? The size of the Golgi will increase. But in reality, this is not happening, correct? So what is happening is that whenever from ER, the proteins are transported to the Golgi, empty vesicles will go back to the ER. So this is how the total size and the structure of ER and Golgi is maintained. Okay, so there is one video is there, inner life of cell in YouTube. If you watch that very nicely, they have shown each process of whatever we are going to study in the cell biology part. It is shown in that video very clearly. Okay. So if you get time, please watch that video, or I'll share the link also. Now, the proteins then progress from cis to the medial and to the trans region. Now, within each region, the different enzymes are there. They modify the proteins to be secreted or membrane bound differently, depending on their structures and their final destinations. So here you can see that these white color things are the vesicles. Okay. So these are the transport vesicles which will be budding from the ER and goes and binds to the cis portion of your Golgi. So this is your cis portion, then medial, and the red orange color is your trans portion of your Golgi. This is your Golgi model. Now these white colors are the vesicles from the ER. They go and bind the fuses with the cis portion of the Golgi. Now, as we know, proteins will move from the cis to medial, medial to trans. Now, finally, from the trans Golgi membranes, these molecules or these vesicles will go. These are the vesicles. They go to the targeted destination. So let it be plasma membrane or the different organelles. Okay. Now insulin secretion. So this example I have taken. So this is very much will be clear to you now. If this is your nucleus, then we have got the ER. Okay. Then Golgi. Now, what is happening is you got the mRNA. It goes to your free ribosomes. The polypeptide chain is formed. Then it enters through the 61 translocator and then enters the lumen of the ER. Now from here, it will form the vesicles. Inside the vesicles, you have got your insulin. This insulin will go and fuse with the cis portion of your Golgi. Inside the Golgi, it is getting modified. So you have got the proteins which will help in the insulin folding. Okay. Now, once it is modified, so we know that in insulin there are 4 disulfide bonds are there, which is also again modified and made. Then it enters your trans, and from the trans it will go to the vesicles. Okay. So these vesicles will bud out from your trans portion of your Golgi. Then from here it will go to the plasma membrane and exocytosis will happen. So what is happening? So this is the example of pancreatic beta cells. Okay. So once insulin are out, what will happen? It is present in the blood system and it will affect the glucose uptake. So this is how from your pancreatic beta cells, the insulin is produced. Okay. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you for listening. I hope you like the video. So please share and subscribe and share with your friend circle also. So let's study together for the upcoming exams. Any comments and suggestions are also appreciated, and any queries are there will be solved quickly. You can also write to us on Excelsior Academy 1228@gmail.com. Keep watching, keep excelling with us. Thank you.